Get started. Good evening. How is everyone? Hope you had a great weekend and good time and good weather and everything was great where you are. We're getting into now a busy stretch in March, and this is a great opportunity over the next 2 or 3 weeks for you to really make inroads in building your business. There's just a lot of stuff that you can be using to plug in and build your business. Okay, this is a big time of the year in network marketing, especially health and wellness companies. March, April, May are very, very big for building the business. And folks are getting back outside again. Basically, unfortunately, when the war started in Ukraine, COVID ended everywhere. And I'm not going to get into that with you, but it's amazing what's going on now. But everyone's back out, everyone's back moving around, everyone's doing things again. And even up north where it's colder, the weather's starting to break a little bit. And I know it's March, I know we can still get storms and stuff, but traditionally in network marketing, March, April, and May are really good months. Okay. So we try and make sure there's plenty of activities for you to plug into and utilize so you can do what I call revenue producing activity. And that's so important in this business that we spend our time doing revenue producing activities. Okay. It's priceless. And, training is good. Learning is good. Taking classes is good. All of that stuff is good, but none of it is revenue producing. Okay. And every once in a while, we need to be reminded, is what we're doing revenue producing, or are we just killing time? Okay. So what is revenue producing? A direct invitation to present the business or products to a person, like in person. That's revenue producing. Okay. Making an appointment for the purpose of sharing our products and business with that individual. Okay. So that's revenue producing. Inviting somebody onto a launch Zoom, like Wednesday night. Okay. That's revenue producing. Top of the list, comes before anything else that you do in your business. If you have a course, it gets backburnered, okay, until you do the revenue producing activity. And this is something that April and I learned early on, in our career, that revenue producing activities always, I mean, always come first, and then you do the rest of it. As a matter of fact, any leader in this industry will tell you 70 to 80% of all of your time should be spent in a revenue producing activity. That means sharing the plan with a person, the business, sharing the products with a person, taking people to an in-person meeting, getting people confirmed for a Zoom online, adding people to a product group, okay? Confirming that they're attending, confirming they're watching, following up with them after you've met with them or after they've watched. All of that is revenue producing activity, okay? So that should always come first. Then there's training your group. Then there's teaching, learning, to use new tools, things you haven't done before. All of that's important. But, I'm looking at who's on here tonight, and the majority, as a matter of fact, everyone on here is pretty much in the new category, meaning your business is still very new. So you don't have a team to be worried about. You don't have a team to be training. You don't have a team, that needs a lot of attention, or a lot of teammates that need a lot of attention. So 90 to 95% of your time should be in a revenue producing activity. You shouldn't be worried about, and some of you are really great at posting stuff. Well, posting, okay, is a revenue producing activity, but it's not nearly as important as directly inviting people to meet with you in person, or directly inviting people to watch a launch, a business presentation. So let me talk about that for a couple minutes, okay? The one thing about a revenue producing activity is that you need to be bold, strong, and not a weakling, okay? You just cannot be weak with it, okay? This is where your passion and your energy and your conviction play a major role, okay, in these revenue producing activities. If you in any way, shape, or form are apologetic about it, if you leave them an out, if you say something like, well, I can understand if you're busy, they always record it, I'll send you a replay after that, man, you're just saying no for them. You did it for them, okay? There's no point in even asking them to attend a live event when you're giving them a built-in excuse to not do it because you'll just send them the replay, okay? That is not how this business works. That's not, that's just not how you do it. You won't get the right results that way. So to get the right results, you have to treat the live event, the live Zoom, the live in-person meeting, whether it's at a hotel or in someone's home or in an office, wherever it might be, for that matter, a live in-person one-on-one when you're meeting with a prospect that you've already talked to and went back and forth with a little bit. That is when you really need to be at the top of your game when it comes to passion, belief, conviction, and energy, okay? There's nothing more important than excitement and energy and passion, okay? That is what people are drawn to. You may have heard me say this before, but you have a choice of being a magnet, okay? As a matter of fact, we're all magnets. We just need to decide which end we're working. See, are we working the end that just revolts everybody, pushes everybody away, and just scares everybody off? That's one side of the magnet. One side always pushes things away. The other side just sucks them in. They're drawn to you and they want to be attached. Okay, they want to do whatever you're doing. We have a choice on which side of the magnet we are. Okay, we play that role. And if you're passionate and you show conviction and authority and excitement and energy, they want whatever you're on. They want to take whatever you're taking. They want to use whatever you're doing. They want to do whatever you're doing. Because most people, some make a lot of money at what they do and don't like it. Some like what they do and don't make a lot of money at it. Okay. And then there's most people are in the middle somewhere. There's no reason in the world for anybody to not get involved in a business like this when it's flexible and portable and can be worked in the in-between times of somebody's day. See, there's no reason for someone to not have an additional stream of income when they got that kind of flexibility. For the same reason, there's no reason for somebody to not want to live longer, have less disease, okay, get rid of inflammation, which affects about 250 diseases out there. Who the heck doesn't want to feel better, look better, and live longer and have a better life because of our product? I mean, so either way, whether you're approaching with product or you're approaching with business, if you're doing it with the right passion, confidence, energy, enthusiasm, excitement, it's a done deal. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing coming up. We have a power hour tomorrow where we can be inviting and stuff, okay? But you really need to be starting inviting today, okay? If we're going to be inviting, let's say for Wednesday night, okay, the Zoom, the launch is, 15 minutes product, 15 minutes business, you know that. And it's always at 8:30 Eastern time, okay? And it's always the same link, not this link, it's the other link, which happens to be my phone number, same thing. But to get a person on that live, I'm telling you, you increase your odds of getting a customer or a new distributor by 1,000% if they're on it live versus if they're going to watch a replay. The odds of them watching the replay, it's not slim and none. It's probably 10% out of 100%. Okay. It's just, it gets buried on their thread. You send it to them. They get the next 5 or 6 text messages. It gets off the front and it's gone. Okay. You know how many times people send you a video and you don't watch. I know how many times people send me one and I don't watch, okay? Unless it's pertinent to what I'm looking for or unless somebody created a desire in me that I am waiting for it to arrive, okay, that it's a must see. If that's the case, I'll stop whatever I'm doing and watch it. Okay, I mean, I'll just stop what I'm doing and watch it. But if they just send it and they didn't create a desire in me to want to see it based on creating that burn inside of me, if they didn't do that, then I'm probably not going to watch it. I got other things to do. I got hobbies and habits and business, and I got it just like everybody else. I got things to do, but I always have time to do something that I want to do, always. Okay, and I'll stop in the middle of the day. If someone sends me something and they have piqued my interest first, I will stop and watch. Okay, so here we get back to the live on Wednesday night, and I can't stress this enough. And this is why we give some extra incentives, April and I, to the team, and I'll go over that with you in a second. But the value of a person seeing it live, and that's why I'm saying you can't be the excuse that they use. You just cannot afford to be that person, okay? Where you give them an out and you mention there's a replay or a video and you'll send it or something. That is not how you invite. You invite as if it's the last day of the world. It's the last one that's ever going to happen. If they miss it, they'll never see it or get to use it again. You invite like it matters, okay? And I've said this before. It would be like this. When you invite and they're on live, they're in the movie. They're in it. You know, and some of you may not be old enough to remember, I always joke about the Hollywood Squares, and I didn't even like the show, okay? But the 9 squares all had active characters. They were all in the show. Zoom kind of reminds me of the Hollywood Squares, okay? There's a lot more squares on the Zoom, but it kind of reminds me of that. But here's the difference. When they're on live, they're in the show. They're in the movie. They're on it. They're participating. It's live, okay? When we send them a video replay, they're not in it. It's just another YouTube, and they've already gotten 19 of them this week, okay? So it's so important to make it important enough that they feel like they cannot afford to miss it, okay? That's how important it is. And that's up to you. If you buy excuses, if you buy the crybaby stuff, if you let them off the hook, if you tell them you just get the replay to them, you're giving them a way out. And this is not mean, and this is not mean-spirited. You are not doing them a favor when you think you're being sweet and nice. That is not doing them a favor, okay? You're doing them a favor when you share one of the greatest opportunities on the planet with them and one of the greatest products on the planet with them. That is doing them a favor, okay? And sometimes you just got to say, hey, sit down and listen for a second, because we're all busy. You know, we all got a lot of stuff. You know, it's kind of like the person says, you know, you need to go to a doctor. You need to go to a doctor. You need to, have you gotten your checkup? You need to go to a doctor. You need to go to a doctor. And you go on and on, you put it off, you're feeling fine, you get a little sluggish, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're not paying much attention. And then one time you go in the doctor's office and he says, sit down. We need to talk. Your labs say this, your blood says this. We need to talk, okay? And all of a sudden, it's like serious as a heart attack, okay? I'm telling you, in this world that we live in, we have to do something to get people's attention. And the natural attention getter is excitement and enthusiasm and passion and conviction. It comes natural. We all have it. And we know if someone touches on a subject or something and they have that emotion behind it, we freeze, we stop, and we listen. Okay, so all I'm saying is we got to do what it takes to get their attention. And you know what I mean by it. It's like raising kids. And they come in, you know, and you've been telling them, then they come in one time, you say, sit down. Okay, how many times have I mentioned this? Oh yeah, I know. And I could just hear the conversations. I have 3 boys. Oh yeah, I know, Dad. I didn't think it was that urgent. Well, you know what? Because I didn't say it that urgent. They didn't think it was that urgent. And things went on and on and on until I said, sit down. Okay, we need to talk. Okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, Dad's serious. Yeah, That's serious. Okay. Well, we gotta kind of be that way with people we love and care about, so we could at least get them to see and hear the message. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So I want you to understand, you got a 90% better chance of getting them as a customer, and certainly as a distributor, if they're on live, than you do if they watch the replay. And replay is good. I just don't want you to expect the same results by sending a YouTube link as you'll get if you have somebody on live and they're one of the Hollywood squares and they're in it. Okay, that's a whole different deal. So let me share my screen with you and show you a little extra incentive that we are offering, okay, for tomorrow night. Okay, I'm sorry, Wednesday night. So a little extra incentive. This is just me in April. This has nothing to do with with LifeVantage, other than you're going to get a LifeVantage gift card if you do it. Okay, but if you get 5 guests on the Zoom on Wednesday night, and I mean on it in the beginning to the end, not somebody that drops in for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, if you get 5 confirmed first timers, not people taking second, third, fourth, fifth look or anything like that, 5 first-time guests that are on from the beginning to the end, we're going to give you a $50 gift card. Okay, and you can use that in the LifeVantage store and buy anything, any of the swag that you want in the store. And there's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, but we're adding to it. Okay, we did that last time, and Jim and Quita, a couple of people took advantage of that and got that. Okay, now, excuse me. Plus, and this is new, for the first 5 new customers or distributors that are enrolled after they watch the Zoom. So any guests that are on there, the first 5 that become new customers or a new distributor, okay, there's also going to be a gift card in it for you if it's your person. So a new customer with a minimum of 100 PV. The reason it's 100 PV is because April talks about Tri-Synergizer, and Tri-Synergizer is 100 PV. Okay, so if they become a customer, you're going to get a $25 gift card. Okay, if they become a distributor, and we're not saying elite, okay, as long as they do at least a premier pack, okay, and that is 250 PV. Okay, so as long as they do the first pack, you'll get a $50 gift card. Okay, so just have 5 on for the duration, and you can get a $50 gift card, and you can get both. Okay, you can have 5 on, and you could have one become a customer and one become a distributor, and get each of them. Okay, so the first 5 enrolled after the Zoom, either with 100 points or 250 if it's distributor, that's what you're going to get. So it's an added bonus. I don't know if you've looked in the store recently, the LifeVantage store. They got a lot of really cool stuff. In this store, the whole spring season is in there now. So, it's cool swag, great hats, great shirts, great bags, great drink, containers. Just they got cool stuff in there. So anyway, so a couple other things I want to mention before we go. The MVP tracker, remember, there's the MVP program going on now for 4 months. And the MVP builder is 3 of your distributors being qualified. And you can read that up online. Or your repeat customers in their second month. If you get 500 points between all your repeat customers in the second month, you can get an added bonus there. But there's a tracker. It's called the MVP tracker. It's in your back office. I didn't think mine was working. Okay, and it was because of the cookies on my computer. And as soon as I cleared the cookies, then everybody populated and I saw where everybody is. So there's actually a tracker. Now, some of you are new and you wouldn't see it. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you've been around a while and you have distributors and customers you've enrolled in, distributors over the last year, customers over the last few months, as they do business, it'll show you where you are moving along the same way the incentive trip tracker works. Okay, it's the same thing. So that is working, but only if you clear your cookies. Okay. So I just figured it wasn't active yet. And I didn't know until I asked. And I said, by the way, when's that thing going active? And they said, by the way, have you cleared your cookies before you tried it? I hadn't, so it works just fine, and it is working. The other thing I want to mention is the next live event is an LVA. That's a LifeVantage Academy. For those of you that were in Orlando, it's similar to that, but it's only half a day. That is March 19th. So it's about 2 weeks away. It's 2 Saturdays from now. And that's always from 9 to 1. That's a live event. And I would strongly encourage you to do 2 things. If you got one within a few hours, drive to it. Okay. Make a night out of it. Make a day out of it. Maybe stay overnight or something. But if you're not close enough to one, and I believe the only one on the East Coast is Orlando. I don't think there's another one on the East Coast. I don't think there is. Okay. I think that's the only East Coast one, maybe one in Maryland. I don't think so. I think it's just Orlando's the only one on the East Coast, but it's virtual everywhere. But if you're going to do virtual, invite some of your distributors over and have everybody bring a guest. And you know, maybe put out some munchies or some bagels or some lunch food or something like that. But that's another great opportunity to get people to see a good look at the business from 9 to 1. And I mean, it's like from A to Z. It's the backstory on the company. You know, it's the backstory on the products. It's, you know, the 4 pillars about the business. It's company, it's everything. Okay. Everybody, anybody that was there, you know, hanging with you and watching with you, if, you know, they'd have all the information that they needed just by attending. Okay. So, you know, if you can't make it in person, then have people over your house or talk to someone in your upline and see if they're going to have people over their house, but not just distributors, folks. Remember, revenue producing activity is getting new customers and new distributors in your business. And, you know, revenue producing, that's 40% commission on that. Okay. And that's just one of the 8 ways that we get paid, but it's the most important when you're new. Okay. Is revenue producing. So those 2 things, the launch Wednesday and then the LVA on the 19th, it's always a Saturday morning. You know, those are big revenue producing days for people that want to take advantage of that. And again, April and I will be out training in Utah this weekend for the Vision Summit. Obviously, if you have anybody that can get over to the corporate headquarters this weekend, we'll host them for you and take care of them for you. Attending as a guest is free. So we'll take care of that, take care of your guests. So keep that in mind. You got anyone within driving distance of the headquarters, it's in Lehi, Utah. We always say Salt Lake City or Sandy, Utah, but it's in that area. And it's Friday and Saturday. Okay. And we'll be happy to take care of anyone that you can send over. So anyway, that's all I got for tonight. The big thing is Wednesday night, folks, and you got the added incentive to that. The best time to start inviting is now, all through tomorrow. And then of course on Wednesday, you're confirming and following up and telling them you're looking forward to seeing them on the Zoom, you know, being on there with them. That's the key. And one last thing, if for some reason you're spoken for Wednesday night and you can't be on, don't ever tell anybody that. You can still be in it and win it and not be on it live. Okay. See, we're already in the business. And if you can be on it, you should be on it. But if you have something else going on, I know some people are going to do church things. Some people got kids events. There's other stuff going on. Don't ever tell anyone you won't be there. Tell them you'll see them on there. Okay. They don't know the difference if you called in with your phone number or they see your face or whatever it is. So that's how you win, whether you're on or not, is you always have guests on and let the Zoom do the work for you. So anyway, if we can help you in anything, reach out. I appreciate your time. That, like I said, and I'm not even going past the 19th. There's a lot more happening after 19th. I'm just saying, let's look at the next 10, 12 days, starting with Wednesday night. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll get this up on our training page and Facebook, within the next hour or two. Okay. So your SD team can see it. Have a great night. Bye-bye.